This episode of OGATCHAT is brought to you by the Woodforge. The Woodforge, your #1 dealer of handmade, battle-ready wooden swords for style or combat, training or decoration. Located at the Shrewsbury Renaissance Fair and on Facebook.com/OregonWoodforge.
Warning. The
OGATCHAT Off-the-Record podcast
contains adult language, adult content, psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
So,
Well, hang on.
yeah.
The 3 fucking patties on my double Western bacon cheeseburger.
Is that from Burger King?
Yeah, no. Carl's Jr.
Oh, Carl's
Did you
Jr.
listen
is
to the
great.
intro? I know, right?
They actually make really...
This is turning into a Carl's Jr. review.
This episode of OGATCHAT brought to you by Carl's Jr. No, Carl's Jr.
Oh, my boys on the East Coast, they call it Hardee's.
Hardee's. Hello, everybody, and welcome to OGATCHAT Off-the-Record, the #1 of Guards and Thieves podcast offshoot podcast machine on the internet. I am your host, Ty. My username in OGAT is Lick the Taint, and I'm here with...
Oh, CallofKyle currently has food in his mouth.
We're off to a good start.
I think that's my username in OGAT.
It is your username. I remember you did
I think I fill it out once and then I forget it. I just assume they're all the same.
The illustrious CallofKyle. Today we're gonna talk some Endgame, Avengers, the movie, the one that just came out.
Yeah, it's already smashed all the records in the entire world.
I thought Spider-Man 3 still had a bigger opening weekend.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that's legit. Let me double check. Spider-Man 3 opening weekend. Oh, nope. Yeah. Okay, I was way off. It's actually
like 12 million.
It's actually 21 now.
Oh shit.
The top 5 are Endgame, Infinity War, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Jurassic World.
I can't believe
That's
Jurassic
sad.
World got such a big turnout.
That's really sad. It kind of upsets me.
It's like all stuff that we used to like being remade.
Oh, what really hurts me is that number 11, above Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, is Beauty and the Beast from 2017 with Emma Watson.
I know. I don't know. I feel like the demographic that movie targets is a lot bigger than Deathly Hallows.
I will tell you though that the opening
Like-
the opening weekend box office is racist because Black Panther is 7th on the list.
That's huge. That movie was such they did not expect it to blow up. They're like, oh, it's a minor character reintroducing, and all the hood people were like, oh shit.
So let's see. We're gonna talk Endgame. You saw it first. When did you watch it? By the way, did you watch it on opening night?
I stayed up all night because I wanted to go to sleep. Those of you listening, I work knock shift, so I go to sleep at like 4 in the morning. But I stayed up till 11 because all the theaters were open for like 72 hours straight for the Endgame launch. They paid them to do that. And the earliest showing was 11, which is ridiculously early, I might add.
Oh, you mean 11 a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant I thought you meant 11 at night. I was like, Jesus
No,
Christ, that's a
no.
3-hour movie, dude. That's ballsy.
So like I couldn't go to sleep at 4 and wake up at 11. That's like impossible for me. But yeah, so I was like half asleep when I went in there.
Oh, Jesus. I just watched it on Saturday. God, that was a nightmare. So we went kayaking at a pit pond, and we bought tickets while we were there for the 4:30 showing on Saturday because we didn't want... The 5 o'clock showing was sold out, and we didn't want to be up until 11 or midnight because the next showing was at 8. And so we left the place we were at about 3:30, and then we had to stop. So the kayak rack that I had bought for us, there's supposed to be a third strap. So it puts 2 kayaks on top of your car, and then they get tied, not tied. Why can I not think of ratchet straps? You use ratchet straps to tie them down, and you use 2 straps to hold them upright, And then there's supposed to be a third strap that you wrap around both the boats. Instead of putting the boats to the posts in the center of your car, you put the boats together so that they don't slide out and fall down because they're standing upright, not from nose to end, but just on their edge. I know it's hard to explain. But anyways, we didn't have that third strap because the one that came with the kit wasn't long enough to get around both our kayaks. And so we had to pull over 4 times between where we were and home to re-strap them on because they kept sliding and we're going to fall off on the highway. And so we got home at like 4 o'clock, had to just jump out of that car and into mine and then take off for the theater. We got there at like 4:35 and the theater was completely filled. We actually had to ask people to move down because there were only single seats left and we didn't want to sit separately. So we had to ask like one group of 4 that was near one of those one seats to scoot down one so that there were 2 seats available. It was just...
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it was shitty. We felt like such assholes.
It was so crowded?
It was super crowded. It was 4:30 on a Saturday, so I mean...
Which theater did you go to? AMC?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay, so I went over to Regal, and there was like 8 people total in my theater.
There's always 8. I can't believe they're still open. But let's get to the movie, I guess. First off, overall impressions. What did you think of it?
I felt very satisfied with it. Just about everything I wanted to see was in it.
Oh, by the way, hold on. Before you keep going, spoiler alert for everyone listening. Obviously, we are going to be spoiling the shit out of Endgame. So get used to it. Just a fair warning. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, just everything that, yeah, and I'm not like having trouble coming up with words. I'm just like, it's hard to describe. There's nothing to compare it to.
What would you say? You wouldn't be able to compare it to Infinity War or the other?
It was the other half of Infinity War. Like, and like, there's no film series that's so popular has such a huge demographic that spans over 10 years, making 2 movies a year. That had such a good ending.
That is true. They did do a really good job of that, where they mostly kept everything pretty... All the individual movies were pretty decent, too, with only a few exceptions.
Yeah, and they kept up with continuity. Like, everything... You're like, oh, that's a nod to that movie. That's a nod to that movie.
No one can argue that they did not have ambition when they set out on their quest. Have you seen Captain Marvel?
I actually did not.
I didn't either.
I watched the CinemaSins on it, I think, just to get a gist before I went and saw Endgame, and I was glad that it didn't have much to add to Endgame.
Yeah, they kind of made a big deal out of it with the I don't know. It just seemed like the speculation was going to be that she was going to have such a huge part in the movie, but she really didn't. And that's okay with me because from what I saw,
I'm really glad.
Yeah, from what I saw of her in Endgame, it did not make me want to go out and watch Captain Marvel. I wasn't like. It
was like, this last minute bitch better not get more screen time than any of the other characters that have been here the whole time.
My boy Hawkeye finally coming back. He's been gone since, like, not gone, but not a part of the Avengers stuff since Ultron, right?
No, since Civil War.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
That was quite a few movies ago.
But wait, which come out first, Civil War or Ultron?
Ultron came out first.
Jesus Christ. Civil War was basically like Avengers 3, but not really, since it was Captain America.
Just fucking them fighting. It's fine.
It was, whatever. I haven't seen Doctor Strange either. I still haven't seen that.
Oh, it's pretty good. Like, it's definitely totally different from the rest of the movies.
Well, so was Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but that one was great.
Oh, Doctor Strange was not?
No, I mean, like the same directors who did Endgame started on Winter Soldier.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
They kept them because that movie was so successful. Like, not only was it like a Captain America movie, people were watching it because it was a sweet-ass action flick.
Yeah. All right, let's see. This is not my full plot synopsis that I have pulled up here. This is just a bunch of promotional shit. It's probably a link to a video. Fuck these guys.
Uh-huh.
Oh, plots. I'll just use IMDb.
Yeah, you have like a script or something?
That I'm reading on for the podcast? No.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you... we had to write something.
No, I don't use a script.
I put improv on my resume.
Yeah,
Come
no.
on.
I don't
It
use
doesn't
scripts for any OGAT chat stuff. I have like a outline of questions if I'm doing the interviews, or I'll have, we're gonna talk about this, and this, and bug of the week, but that's it. I don't have a script of any kind. It's all shot off the record, and that's why it sounds like shit. Haha. So, synopsis. This is really long. I don't know. How do other podcasts do this? Do they actually go through and read the synopsis and then talk about it? Or do they just I mean, it'll help me go through what happened in order in the movie. But, it's Quantum Realm. So, was that a thing in Ant-Man and the Wasp? Because I haven't seen... Okay, no. I haven't seen that.
Both of the Ant-Man movies, the Quantum Realm.
Oh, I forgot. I had forgotten that the Quantum Realm was in the first. I've seen the first Ant-Man and I really liked it. I thought Paul Rudd was awesome. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's a national treasure.
Is he replacing Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. They better not remake those fucking movies.
Dude, what are you talking about? Paul Rudd as Ghost Rider? That would be kick-ass. Wait, why wasn't Ghost Rider in this? That's Marvel.
He's in the smaller shows.
Oh, what the...
He's not very strong, okay?
What the frick? I mean, Hawkeye is literally just a guy with a bow and arrow.
Also, he only, hunts down people for the demon guy that gives him his powers.
Oh, okay.
The demon guy's like, half my loans just got obliterated.
Oh, is the devil, right? It's Mephistopheles.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah, Mephistopheles. Yeah, and I think he was played by Peter Fonda, I think, in the first one, or Henry Fonda. Henry Fonda, huh? And then he was played by that. Oh, he was played by Mance Rayder in the Spirit of.
What idiot was like, let's get Nick Cage for the Ghost Rider? What fucking genius was like, let's really just piss everyone off.
I thought the first one was really good. I liked the first Ghost Rider movie. It wasn't nearly as corny. I hated the second one. Spirit of Vengeance was trash. But
I do not even recognize that as a creation. I thought that was a dream.
It was in the same vein as Hulk with who's that asshole? Who's the asshole actor that everyone hates that played the Hulk?
Edward Norton?
Yeah, Norton. That was a shit show too. Okay, sorry, we're not
treat him like he's an asshole, but they kicked him off, or he didn't come back because they were like, yeah, you can do whatever you want with the script. We'll leave it open and up to you.
What the fuck?
And then they filmed all the parts that he wanted to change, and then cut it all from the end. So it was all just still shit they wrote, and he was pissed about that. So he left and didn't want to do another movie with them.
Oh, hey, okay, so let's actually get to the synopsis because I'm too distracted. But this thing says, the synopsis below may give away important plot points.
No shit.
All right. After Thanos activates the completed Infinity Gauntlet, Clint Barton's family disintegrates. Okay, let's talk about that. I saw it coming a mile away as soon as it started.
I was certain it was going to start. I was like,
as soon as he showed up with the kids. That was going to be
the first scene. I was like, they can't just not. I didn't know where they would throw it in.
I didn't see that scene coming, but as soon as it showed up on the screen and it was him and it was the picnic, and I was like, okay, there's no way this starts off on a happy beat. This has got to be sad, right? So they're gone. They're dead as fuck. I also thought that Game of Thrones spoilers, Brienne was fucking dead after this in the third episode of season 8, but I guess not. So I've been wrong before, but I was not wrong in that case. I saw that coming a mile away. Hawkeye's family was like, oh, this is gonna be so sad.
Okay, I don't watch Game of Thrones, but was that just a spoiler for it?
Yeah, that's why I said spoiler for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it was kind of an anti-spoiler. I said I thought someone was gonna die, and they didn't. So, take that for what it's worth. Anyways,
What's next on the synopsis?
Nebula.
Everybody knows that scene. Everybody saw that scene coming.
It was sad. It was a good way to start the movie. I thought it was a great way to start the movie. Nebula and Tony Stark are stranded in space following their defeat by Thanos on Titan, but are returned to Earth by Carol Danvers and reunited with Black Widow, Bruce Banner.
They didn't even mention the part where they're playing paper football. Fuck these guys.
Oh yeah, the paper football was awesome. That was really funny. I really liked Nebula for the first time in this movie. I never liked that character for the most part.
I thought she was annoying and constantly back and forth.
Yeah. And
triple agent, quadruple agent, quintuple agent.
It's like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I didn't like her at all. But in this movie, I thought she was great. I didn't expect her to have such a big role either, but I didn't expect time travel, and that's what we got. So
that's what everybody was predicting online. They were like, look, once the first trailer got released, which was...
That was about this scene, right? With Tony and recording the Skype videos of, hey, if you see this, it's because
Yeah,
I'm
that was
dead.
the early one, yeah. Everybody just assumed they'd have Captain Marvel go get him. And that's what they did. But no, the second trailer revealed Black Widow with her hair, like really long and red with blonde at the end. So everybody was like, this is taking place some years after the snap. So this clearly is going to involve time travel.
That seems like a leap to me. I don't see how the movie taking place in the future means that it has to be about time travel, but I didn't look at anything for this movie, by the way. I didn't look at anything on Reddit, any theories, because I actually didn't really care that much. I wasn't looking forward to this as much as it sounds like you might have been. I've been kind of burnt out on Marvel movies. This was more along the lines of, I just need to see this so I've seen it before I get spoiled, because I know I'm going to watch it anyways to complete the saga, but it ended up being pretty good, about what I thought it would be.
I think it has to do with me being invested as like when I was younger. Like 2008, I was, what was that, 11 years ago? So it would have been 11. Yeah, and that was Iron Man, and my dad took us to watch it. So I'm a lot more...
I can't believe
like when you're 11, you're a lot more like, oh, this is sweet. I love this. Whereas as an angsty teenager, you're not really going to get into something.
That's insane that stuff started 11 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we come full circle and he finally dies. Ha! That's it.
You fucking... No!
Roll credits!
Da, 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 da.
The team for... Oh, sorry. They're reunited with Black Widow, Hulk, Steve Rogers, Rocket Raccoon, Thor. Thor was funny as fuck
during this part.
Yeah, it was.
Like
They did a really. Yeah, he looked like actual Robert Downey Jr. from like the '90s when he was on crack and in jail.
That he was stuck in space for 22 days, and that's how many movies they've made.
Oh, I didn't make these connections. All these little Easter eggs.
His acting for that scene he's like also so done with this. Robert Downey Jr. is just like, I've been doing this 22.
Yeah, I've heard that. Films. Yeah, I've heard that he's asking a shitload of money now too, as for Iron Man. Like I remember in high school to
keep him. He kept like
up in his rate.
Yeah, it was up to. That's why they kicked. You remember the original James Rhodes from Iron Man 1? Fuck, who played him? Before Don Cheadle.
No, I don't remember that. I thought that he was War Machine. No. I thought that was him the whole time.
No, he was the first War Machine, but Rhodey was played by someone else in the first one.
Oh. God, that was too long ago. I don't remember.
But no, during the second one, Robert Downey Jr. was like, "Nah, I want way more money for this next one. If you're gonna keep me for the next 10 years, I'm gonna need more money."
Selling my life to you.
Shit. What? Terrence Howard. That's who played him. Terrence Howard. And he knew him from what's that? Robert Downey Jr. Zach Galifianakis movie.
Oh, not Hangover. The
Due Date. Due Date.
yeah, Due Date.
That movie was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, "Hey, you should be Iron Man," because he got cast as Rhodey first. They were really struggling to cast Iron Man.
Huh.
And then Robert Downey Jr. was like, "I fucking nailed this part, so I'm gonna ask for as much money as I want because they're not gonna find a better Tony Stark than me."
Yeah, it wouldn't be quite as easy to replace him as it was like for Clarice Starling and Silence of the Lambs, or.
But they were like, "We can get Don Cheadle for War Machine." He played Captain Planet.
Did he really?
There's a YouTube video. Hey, Captain Planet Don Cheadle.
I am not going to look that up right now. We are so far behind in this fucking synopsis.
We're doing pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just sharing little facts about the whole 10-year journey.
No, you are definitely a walking encyclopedia of Marvel facts. It's very impressive.
So I just fall asleep to like Marvel videos because they're boring. I'm not gonna retain them, but I end up retaining them.
It's like, oh Jesus. Let's see.
It's a curse and a gift.
The team formulates a plan to steal the Infinity Stones back from Thanos and use them to reverse his actions, but learn upon finding him that he had used the stones a second time to destroy them, preventing their further use. If I remember right, they use some space mumbo-jumbo technology to find that, oh, hey, this same amount of energy that was used for the snap was just used on this planet, blah, 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 and Nebula knew where he was because it was his daughter and all that shit. And so they go to his little cabin in the woods where he's farming his gourds, and Thor cuts off his head.
Is that what you call those?
They look kind of like gourds. He cut off his arm first? Oh, that's right. He did. He totally did. I had forgotten about that. He lops off that fucker's arm. And
I'm surprised people haven't been like, then wait, if you could cut off his arm the whole time, why didn't they do it on what you call it?
Should have gone for the head.
Well, he totally didn't have the stones, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, he took an axe to the chest.
He did take an axe to the chest. Should have gone for the head. Speaking of which, Thor cuts off his head. I went for the head. That was a pretty good line.
I like how he does it mid-sentence.
It doesn't give him any bullshit. 5 years later, Scott Lang escapes, that's Ant-Man, escapes from the quantum realm to discover that his daughter Cassie is now a teenager and that Hope Van Dyne, along with half the population, has disappeared in the snap. Wait. Who is Cassie living with for those 5 years? Is Hope
probably...
is Hope the mom?
No.
Oh, okay. I was confused there
No.
for a second. I was like, who the fuck is...
Wait, did you see Ant-Man?
I did, but it's been a long time. The last time I saw it was in
his
theaters.
Wife are divorced because you know Scott starts out in prison for being a burglar,
a thief,
like the
right?
best
Yeah.
burglar. And
burglar.
clearly not the best because he got arrested, but yeah, no, she probably lived with her mom for that whole time.
Gotcha. Rogers has been leading grief counsel. Oh, Steve Rogers has been leading grief counseling sessions for survivors, while Natasha Romanoff is tirelessly keeping watch over Earth and the rest of the universe with the help of Rhodes, Danvers, Okoye, Rocket, and Nebula. The only names that I recognize there are, and that I could put a face to, are Rocket and Nebula. Danvers is, it took me a sec. That's the Marvel gal, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Okoye, I don't know who
That's a bald black bitch from Wakanda.
Oh, gotcha.
I was like, I already said bald and black. I might as well say bitch. Make it 3 B words.
The BBB. And Rhodes, that's not Donald Glover, Don Cheadle.
Donald Glover. That's him. It's Spider-Man.
Let's see. Lang goes to Romanoff, explains that while 5 years have passed, only 5 hours had passed for him in the quantum realm. They go to Stark, who is now raising a child with Pepper Potts, and explain their theory that the quantum realm can be used to go back in time and steal the Infinity Stones before Thanos is able to collect them. Stark initially rejects their proposal with concern about risking his family and the peace he has found, but after reflecting upon the loss of Peter Parker, decides to test theoretical models that could work with Lang's quantum tunnel, eventually finding one that does work.
Shit.
That was a lot of info. Basically, Stark, help us, you're so smart. No, I don't want to, I have a daughter. But we need your help. And then Hulk sucks at quantum physics, and then Stark ends up figuring it out.
Yeah, and they got the juice pop scene.
Oh, that's right, him and his little girl, huh?
Yeah, I don't know where they got that child actor, but she was pretty good.
She was really good. Child actors are such a... If The Last Airbender has taught us anything, you can have amazing source material and then fuck all child actors that ruin the whole thing. And they did a really good job of picking... Well,
all they could have done with that movie was make him be a little closer to Zuko's age.
Yeah. We'll save that for another episode.
We'll save that a separate episode, guys. All you guys playing OGAT.
I have got some fucking things to say about that movie.
About Avengers.
Yeah. Avengers. With Stark now on board with the plan, the remaining Avengers set out to reassemble their team. Bruce Banner has now embraced the Hulk as a part of him and has melded his own consciousness and the Hulk's together into one. I didn't really like that very much. I thought it was
funny. Like, I totally get that Mark Ruffalo's funny.
He just like Hulk,
and they like how they write the scripts for these, and they've revealed it. They're like a lot of the lines. They're like just improv, be funny.
And he was super funny. The selfie thing.
Fucking dab.
Yeah,
like, dab, right.
Yeah. Right. I was like, okay, that joke aged a little bit.
Listen to your mom. She knows better.
That joke would have been funnier about a year and a half ago, but that was a really funny scene. I just didn't like the whole, like we were saying the other day, I didn't like the Hulk character very much for the whole movie, which sucks because I like the Hulk as a character.
I hate that he was just comic relief.
Yeah.
He didn't do a single serious thing. Even when they were doing the time travel, they ended up not figuring out, and he's just like, time travel! I count that as a win. This is an absolute win.
Oh, you're not smart enough.
He's like, that's Scott. He's a baby. He's like, he'll grow.
That was really funny, though. He'll grow.
He'll grow.
And that whole scene did set up the Captain America at the end, but it was still, I was kind of just disappointed in the Hulk in general. Let's see, Romanoff, Black Widow, after hearing reports, did they ever call her Black Widow in this entire movie?
No, because why would they?
Why wouldn't they?
She doesn't have a secret identity. Iron Man's a suit, Thor's Thor, Captain America's Captain America, Black Widow's Natasha Romanoff. Why would we call her anything else?
I don't know.
Also,
yeah,
I think like the fans in the universe would call her Black Widow, whereas like they all know her by name.
Oh, I see. They're friends.
They're her group of work friends. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move my laptop so it might make noise. There we go.
All right, let's see. Romanoff, after hearing reports from Rhodes of an assassin that operates with similar methods to Hawkeye, goes to Japan to track him down. Barton, Hawkeye, consumed with grief after the loss of his family, has been operating under the mantle Ronin while brutally massacring cartels and gangs in order to try and improve the world that's still left.
I like how they never say that, but it's a given.
And I like that Eric Barton is actually just a weeaboo, and now that everyone's dead, he's speaking Japanese. He's in Japan. He's got the sword
I
thing.
loved the samurai fight. I was like, I feel like Joe and Anthony Russo were like, oh, I really want to do a samurai fight.
And
when are we gonna get another chance?
And they got that guy, the actor that he fights. That dude is in every samurai movie, and he's always good in every role he's in. He's just he is the go-to samurai guy. Oh God, he's in everything. I really like him. But yeah, it's we got Weeaboo Hawkeye. After some convincing from Natasha, he agrees to rejoin the team in order to try and bring his family back. He was kind of like I told you, he reminded me of Spider-Man 3 black suit Peter Parker with the in the walk, emo Peter Parker. That's what he reminded me of, but done, better.
Effectively.
Yeah. Bruce Banner and Rocket go to the small town of New Asgard, where Valkyrie and the last survivors of Asgard have settled. Was that brought up at all before this, or was that the first time that we've seen this was in this movie? I don't remember.
New
that.
Asgard?
Yeah.
At the end of Ragnarok, when they're on the ship, they're like, Earth it is then, and we know they were going there, and it's where Thor's dad dies and says this would be a great place to resettle because he knows Asgard
that's
is
cool.
going to be destroyed.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. See, because I thought
they're just in Norway.
Of course there. I thought that the beginning of Infinity War, I thought that was on the Asgardian ship.
That is. They were on their way to Earth to resettle.
And he killed all of them.
Half of them.
Oh, only half. God.
He only kills half.
Got it.
But when he snapped, it killed another half of them.
Oh, there's only a quarter of.
So that's why there's only like 9 buildings in that fucking town. There's barely anybody left.
It's basically Burke from How to Train Your Dragon.
That's it. That's them. Then we meet Jeff Bridges as Lebowski.
Wait. Oh, yeah. That's all I thought, too. The whole movie, I was like, dude, he just looks like the Big Lebowski. He looks like the dude. And he's acting like him. I swear. I bet there's an interview somewhere where he says that was his inspiration for how he played Thor.
Well, it had to be. And Jeff Bridges was in the first Iron Man.
What?
I approve. He was Obadiah Stane.
What?
The Ironmonger.
No way.
The main villain from the first movie.
I did not even realize that was him. He almost looks like
It was Tony Stark was able to build this.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
With a box of scraps.
So they got him to play it's been so long. I need
this is a way more serious role.
I need to rewatch Iron Man. All right, what do we got? After, the Fortnite joke. Yeah.
Oh my fucking God. He was like, Thor, that kid is on the game again. He called me a dickhead.
I didn't hear that. What the hell?
Yeah, new Master 69.
Oh, I think I went to the bathroom during this scene, actually.
You fucking idiot.
I didn't know that this was a good scene.
I went to the bathroom when
That's
Nebula
Go
gets
ahead.
captured by past Thanos.
Oh, that's a
I
bad
was
scene
like,
to
this
skip
is gonna
too.
be fucking boring. I already know what's gonna happen. So I just went piss at the same time as this other guy.
Yeah, I guess if you didn't know that it was going to happen, it would be a bad scene. But yeah, I walked it because I remember walking out. It was the only time I had to piss during the whole movie, but I walked out and I turned around and was looking at the screen as I was walking out, and you got to see Fat Thor. And then when I got back, it was on to the next. It was at the end of the scene, I think, actually. All right, after testing the quantum time machine on Barton with the baby thing, that was pretty funny, who confirms that it works, the Avengers are reunited with a plan. So they embark to retrieve the time, mind, and space stones. Banner, Rogers, Lang, and Stark do in New York during the events of the first Avengers movie. Banner goes to the Sanctum Sanctorum, where he is informed by the Ancient One that taking the time stone from her timeline would prevent Doctor Strange. You get a bunch of time fuckery. And then when he tells her that her boy is the one that kind of started the whole thing, and then she's like, okay, here you go. Just take this stone, person I've met 10 minutes ago. Lang and Stark, Space Stone after the Avengers confiscate it from Loki. That was a good scene. I thought that was pretty sweet when they nodded to the Captain America run of the comics that they did a few years back when he was a Hydra agent. I'm not even a comic book fan, but I knew about that. And when they, or not fan, but reader. And so when he's like, Hydra, I was like, I know what they're poking and nodding to.
You fucking fooled them.
Yeah, that was really cool. It was pretty funny too. These look like bad guys.
How did you not know they were Hydra agents? They look like bad guys.
Yeah.
He's like, that suit did nothing for your ass.
That's America's ass.
As far as I'm concerned, Cap, that's America's ass.
That was a really Scott Lang. Paul Rudd is perfect for that role, and he does such a good job. And then Loki steals it. I wasn't really quite sure why. So Loki stole the Tesseract, and then they get it back at a different timeline.
Yeah.
So whatever timeline they went to, Loki didn't steal the Tesseract from that.
No, they went before that happened.
Gotcha. I was kind of confused with that. I think I was dozing off because it was a long day. Oh, we're 40 minutes into this thing. Oh, it's going to be a long episode.
The movie was 3 hours. So.
Fuck, I'm going to have to edit this. Oh. While there, Rogers cites Peggy Carter, and Stark has a meaningful conversation with his father, Howard. I thought that was pretty cool.
Although it was a good way to wrap up that.
Yeah.
Before, he kicked the bucket.
Yeah, and Carter, even though it looked, Steve Rogers was kind of a creep, and it was a little janky that she didn't notice him when she was like right there and looking at him, like in his direction, not obviously at him, but I mean, she's reading that shit turned at a 45 to where if she looked up, she would have seen him. And I was like, that was a little much, but it was still a good.
That was 30 years. No. How long was that after he went under? That was in 1970.
God, that was 30 years.
And she still had the point of that scene was that she still had a picture of him on her desk, like 30 years after he left.
She also looked like she aged about 30 days since the last movie. I didn't realize that was 30 years. She didn't age at all.
But it was 25 years.
Whatever. Either way, she should have
they were
looked
both
older.
like, she would have been like 45 then.
Yeah, she didn't look 45, but it was still a good scene. And the talk with Howard.
But
Stark
no, I think that was
really
a nod to Captain America's end, because if she still had a picture in there of him, because before she mentioned that she got married and had kids.
So
but they never discussed who it was.
So she's kind of a dishonest, lustful wife. If her husband in the 50s would have found that out, he would have taken the belt to her.
No, because I think it nods that it was Captain America the whole time.
Oh! Interesting. That is some time fuckery.
Yeah.
I'm back. Where were we? Rocket and Thor travel to Asgard to retrieve the Reality Stone before Malekith uses it against the 9 realms. Wait a second. What? What movie was this in?
Thor 2: The Dark World.
Oh, I never saw that one either.
Yeah, no, it was pretty shitty.
That's what I had heard. It's kind of like Iron Man 2.
Fuck you.
The 2 returned.
Yeah, Iron Man 2 was pretty underwhelming.
2 was the bad guy was
Whiplash.
Whiplash. Yeah, I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure if I was right. Yeah, that was a shitty movie. The 2 return to Earth after Frigga counsels Thor, and he retrieves his hammer Mjolnir. elated to discover he is still worthy of it. Yeah, that was a pretty cool scene. but Brianna did point out, she was like, wait, wouldn't that mean that in that timeline Thor doesn't have the hammer anymore? Like, they removed it from the timeline. So what happens?
No, they bring it back at the end.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Cap takes it back because he can pick it up.
Right, gotcha. Let's see. Thanos and Ebony Maw discover the is that Squidward?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Discover the presence of future Nebula and go to kidnap her. Oh, I missed an entire paragraph. Jesus. Sorry. Nebula and Rhodes travel to Morag to steal the Power Stone before
scene was
Quill
so
does.
good.
With him dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I love Chris Pratt and everything that he's in. So
he's an idiot.
Yeah. They did a good job later too with the reunion and of him and Gamora. And this one, really, that was pretty funny too. As Rhodes returns to present with the Power Stone, Nebula malfunctions and remains on Morag because Squidward and them fuck with her systems. With two consciousnesses operating on Nebula's systems, Thanos and Squidward discover the presence of future Nebula and go to kidnap her. She realizes what's happened and tries to warn the others, but it's too late. Thanos scans her memories and discovers the Avengers' plan and that he succeeded. And sends the more loyal past Nebula back to the present as a spy. I thought that was pretty cool. That was when we were both kind of like, oh shit, because again, we weren't aware of the time travel thing at all. So when that started coming up, I thought it was a pretty good plot hook. Barton and Romanoff travel to Vormir to retrieve the Soul Stone, though are conflicted when Red Skull, keeper of the Soul Stone, informs them that the stone can only be retrieved by sacrificing someone they love. I still love that they brought the Red Skull back. That was I like Hugo Weaving, and so anything that he's in makes me happy. The two fight over who will make the sacrifice, with Romanoff ultimately taking the fall, while the distraught Barton returns to Earth with the Soul Stone. What did you think of that?
I thought that was pretty damn good. I honestly thought they were going to throw Hawkeye down.
I did too.
Because he had like nothing to lose, you know?
Yeah, but he has the kids though, and the wife. So I thought it was a great setup, but I felt like they went too far with the... I don't know. I just didn't like that. I felt like there could have been like one or two fewer attempts to beat the other person. Like
there was only 3.
Yeah, okay. But once they jumped over the edge, and then he jumps over the edge too, I was like, okay, what the fuck happens if you fuck that up, or she, whatever, whoever jumps after the other person? I was like, what happens if you fuck this up, and now you're both dead? Like, there's a greater good argument that I think could be made. I don't know. I just didn't. I was like 80% satisfied with that.
I hated how anyone could just use the Soul Stone.
As long as they brought along their favorite stuffed animal and tossed it over the edge.
No, I mean, like, after he got the stone, just fucking anyone could use it. Like, it has no...
Oh, it doesn't have a tie.
It requires him to kill somebody for it.
But he's not required to use it.
But he doesn't have to use it. He could just give it away, you know, sell it on Craigslist. It's okay. I gave up my wife for this.
Sell it on Pawn Stars, dude.
Oh, my fucking daughter. But
let me call my buddy. He's
after
next.
It has my daughter. It doesn't give a shit who uses it. Also, how the fuck did they put that one back?
That's a good question. Maybe Red Skull just hangs out. I mean, what does he do even after the stone's taken? What's his job, anyways? Is he unemployed? Yeah, he just fucks off in the corner, watching Nuremberg trials. Let's see. Everyone returns to Earth. Stark, Rocket, and Banner set out to craft a gauntlet to wield the stones. I thought that was pretty cool. The Iron Man style gauntlet. I thought it was weird how it opened up when Thor. I was like, I don't think that works that way. But again, it's a fucking Marvel movie, so whatever. Thor wields the gauntlet, brings everyone back that disappeared, and to bring everyone back that just disappeared.
I think you mean Hulk.
Oh, sorry, I did say Thor, didn't I? Yeah. Banner Hulk volunteers himself to wield the gauntlet and bring back everyone because he can withstand both the radiation poisoning and the immense pain brought on by the stones. He succeeds, though they're almost immediately attacked by Thanos. That was awesome. When he opened his eyes and the ship was right above him in the middle of shooting. I thought that was really cool.
I can't believe no one fucking died during that.
Yeah. He was brought to Earth by the Imposter Nebula, destroying the quantum portal in the process. I didn't even notice that she had come back with them. I was kind of like, wait, where the fuck is Nebula? And then she just showed up and busted the thing and then called him over. Or brought him up through the time thing. It was just kind of hokey, but it works.
I was confused how he brought his entire fucking armada with him.
Through the little machine in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. It's kind of like Austin Powers when they jump into the time machine and start spinning and then get smaller and sucked into the hole. The same thing, but with a big ass ship. The past Nebula. Oh, I'm missing. Yeah, he blows up the Avengers headquarters. Not a very good defensive design, I guess. He splits the team up, causing the gauntlet to fall into Hawkeye's protection. The past Nebula. Yeah, what?
He said, "Yay!"
Yeah, yay!
This normal ass bitch just got his.
And then he's chased through the hallways like what's that? Dead Space. Or like Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
It's basically a Resident Evil.
Like he even fires the flare down the center of them.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Past Nebula is killed by her future self as she attempts to take the Infinity Stones from Barton. That would be a psychological mind fuck. You just killed yourself. She attempts to take the Infinity Stones from Barton, while Rogers, Thor, and Stark confront Thanos, who decides he will instead use the Infinity Stones to destroy the universe and create one in his vision. So he gets the God complex that
You know what? That's it.
Yeah. I will turn this universe around.
I think he had a pretty damn perfect response to like finding out that he succeeded and they're trying to stop him in the past.
What did he say?
No, he was just like, his response was not like him freaking out. He was like, all right, I did it so well that they couldn't fix it in their own time. So I have to stop them from trying to fix it back now. Like, he's just like the perfect villain.
Yeah, he did good. I liked him a little more when I don't know, he just wiping out the universe, the God complex thing, wiping out the universe, replacing it in his image. Like it was a good plan, but I liked the almost relatable one of the, the hardest choices, the strongest wills, that whole for the greater good mindset that he had in Infinity War with wiping out half of everything to save everyone else. But it's still good. It was a solid villain setup. Anyways, soon after Thanos' army lands on Earth, T'Challa appears before Rogers, along with all of the Avengers and other allies revived by Banner, before launching an assault on Thanos and his army. So it was Banner that revives everybody.
Yeah.
I was confused on that. I thought it was because the last we see, Hawkeye and Nebula have the gauntlet. So when everyone starts coming back, I was like,
he brought everybody back and they all just started, realizing they were alive.
Oh, so it took time before they were able to all teleport in from Portal 2. Launching an assault on Thanos and his army after a lengthy battle, Stark is reunited with Parker and Quill is reunited with Gamora. Thanos wrestles numerous Avengers and CGI army for the Infinity Stones. Captain Marvel reappears, taking out his ship. She basically Saitama's his ship, like he does to Boros' ship.
Fucking wrecks that
She
shit.
just fucking walks through it and punches holes and everything. That's pretty cool. Stark maneuvers the Infinity Stones from his hand to his own. I am Iron Man. Snap. Death. Pretty cool, I thought. I mean, it's a good.
Like he had a stroke.
Yeah. It was a good fight sequence, big climactic battle, eye candy. So much going on. I thought it was pretty cool. Let me think. I'm trying to remember all the little things that you get in that, because you basically get everybody except for shoot. Everybody except for the two guys with Thor, right? Korg and the other guy, whatever his name was. Meek, yeah. Because I don't think they're there, but everyone else is there, right? It's the whole shebang.
There's like once it comes out on DVD, I'm sure we'll notice like all the Easter eggs in there and exactly who all was there. Like, because I was hearing that someone said Howard the Duck was in the battle.
I was surprised that they didn't have a small focus on him, but just for sure.
I liked the giant man and just stepping on people.
Ant-Man? Yeah.
Yeah. He's called Giant Man when
that's funny.
When he's giant.
Giant Man. Biggest episode yet, but that's okay. Yeah, have you watched season 2 of One Punch Man yet at all? Or are you still just not?
I saw the preview and I was like pretty psyched.
Yeah, it's good so far. It's kind of
on Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. What? No, not yet. I will. All right, love you too. It's good so far. It's like I think there's a new episode today, so because I think it's on Mondays, so I haven't watched the 4th episode yet. But the first 3, it's been kind of a setup the whole time. The 3rd episode is when you finally start getting the Garu, whatever, how do you pronounce it? He actually starts doing stuff in the 3rd episode. The first 2 are pretty much all set up. I wouldn't say filler, but they're pretty slow. There's not a lot of stuff happening. They do a good job. So King, the Class S King is a big focus the first couple episodes. And
who's King?
King is the world's strongest man. He's like Class S rank 5 or
Is
6.
he the guy that was missing at the meeting?
No, he's the guy with the 3 scratches
Did you ever
on.
meet that guy? I think his name is Blast.
No, not Blast. That's rank 1. Blast was gone. Metal Knight was gone. King has the 3 scratches on one eye and the long blonde hair and the heart. Whenever he's on screen, the heartbeat shows up. If you watch the hero meeting, he's there.
Oh, okay.
But they give him a lot of focus, and it's really funny.
Why does this guy on the cover just look like a young Silver?
Oh, maybe that's. Oh wait, has he got the gray hair in the 2 spikes?
Yeah.
That's the bad guy for the season. He's actually mentioned in season 1, the episode with Silverfang where he's at the dojo and he tells him like, "Oh, I had a student that kind of went crazy, and so I beat him up and threw him out." And then it was him, Garu, and they even show him in the episode. There's like a couple second like, "Oh, here's what he looked like," kind of thing. And then now he's the main villain for season 2.
What the fuck can he do against One Punch Man?
Watch episode 3 and find out. Does
he beat him? Oh god.
It was really fucking funny.
Oh wait, I think I saw the scene.
When he's shopping
on Facebook. He's trying to shop, and the guy stops him, thinking he wants to fight him.
Yeah, and then he chops him in the side,
and he just slams him into the ground. And says, "Don't interrupt my shopping."
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. He's like, because he's been fighting heroes. That's like his goal in that season, is that he's just there to kill heroes. And he gotten in a fight with, I think Tank Top Master and a couple other Class A guys earlier in that episode, and so he's kind of beat up. It's kind of cool. He's not a immortal like Boros was. He can take hits, and he's actually injured. Then he just ends up beating people. But when Saitama shows up, he's like, "Oh, it must be another hero trying to cash in on the bounty on me. So I'll just kick his ass." And then, what's the big deal? Are you trying to rob me? Yeah, the one. He's like, "What the fuck?"
So yes, I have seen that part.
Yeah, it's so funny. That I don't know. It's a pretty good season so far. Like I said, first couple episodes were slow, lots of setup. They bring in Fubuki and that whole team, and then it's just villain setup. But now they're finally, as of last episode, kind of starting to move the plot along. Anyways, Brianna's headed out, so we were. Oh right, so the last fight, Thanos. He's got that Cloud Strife sword, and kicking people's asses. Ant-Man shrinks up the ass, expands. It's over.
Yeah. Just like that.
Shot for shot. It takes 3 seconds.
I hated that after Thor transformed back into Thor, he still stayed fat.
I know. I did.
I was like, "Oh, come on! You're really overselling this joke. All right, you had me on the first scene. You don't have to keep shoving it."
I thought it was really funny how Brianna did too. How when he does transform back into Thor, the transformation also gives him the bearded braid.
Yeah, and like the fucking warrior's wolf tail.
Yeah.
With the hair coming down on the sides.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so his powers include makeovers. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but they won't make him lose weight.
But my favorite, Thor is one of my favorite characters, just because I really think they did a great job with that character throughout the course of all of his movies. Ragnarok is one of my favorite Marvel movies because it's just so fucking funny. But every time that he goes, I guess Thor, you know, God of Thunder, the blue eyes, white dragon, lightning transformation, that always gives me a Leonidas 300 style manly boner. And so that was good shit. Oh, and
2 hammers.
We got Cap too. We haven't even talked about Captain America with the hammer.
We were getting there.
But it's during the fight, though. It's during the...
I like the first time I saw the movie, I sat forward on my seat and leaned in on that part.
You're like, he's worthy.
Like, oh, I knew it.
I thought it was pretty cool. And it's a throwback to the last... I don't remember which Avengers movie it was, when they're all trying to pick up... It was Ultron, when they're all trying to pick up the hammer, and then he gets it to twitch. And and Thor's like, hey, what the hell?
Nothing. That's what I thought.
Yeah, great climax, great payoff to 10 years of movie making. Pretty cool. Following the battle, Stark dies. That's after he does the I am Iron Man snap.
Hang on, that's more of the battle. There was 45 minutes of battle.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it was a 40-minute battle.
Holy shit, it didn't feel like 40 minutes.
Because it kept your interest the whole damn time.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Did you like the girls assemble scene?
No, that was actually one of the only. I think I told you.
Like I get it. Yeah, it's all the women.
Girl power.
Yeah, but like in the theater this last time, she's like, she's got help, and then it just zooms out, and all the girls from the movies are there, and like 3 women in the theater. This was packed when I went to see it in IMAX. 3 women in the theater went, woo! and no one else made a noise.
That's awesome. Woo! Yeah.
And then like, yeah, then it gets to the Thanos snap. Or the Iron Man snap.
Oh yeah, the false snap, right? Thanos fake snap and all the.
Yeah, he's like,
he's
I'm
like
Iron Man.
Nani? Yeah, you know what we did though? When Black Panther showed up, that elicited in my theater, a few, probably 8 or 10 people behind us. Yes, started.
The 8 black people.
Yeah, they got a clap, and then everyone kind of bandwagoned, like, oh, I guess we should clap here.
Yeah, I'm gonna clap where you're racist, you know.
Yeah, that got claps when T'Challa showed up, and then the girl power thing that didn't really do it for our theater either. It was pointless. Captain Marvel doesn't need help. Like that character,
She's too strong.
She is Marvel's equivalent of Superman, overpowered, broken character, does not need help. But anyways,
yeah. I like the headbutt where it doesn't do anything to her. So he grabs the power stone and punches her across.
I forgot about that.
He's like, son of a bitch, fuck you, and then grabs the stone and punches her.
Oh, that's right. I know. It took me a sec to remember that scene. Okay, following the battle, because Stark dies, so the Avengers, they hold a funeral for him. Can we talk about Jon Favreau like creeping on the girl? First of all, who is he? By the way, Jon Favreau in the movie. What character is he?
He's Happy Hogan. He's like Iron Man's butler that isn't his AI.
What other movies was he in?
He's in Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, I haven't seen Homecoming yet either. That's probably why I don't recognize him. If I'd seen it,
actually, he might have not been in Iron Man 3.
Oh, well,
or if
that's probably a good thing.
Wait, no, he's like his assistant.
Gotcha. Speaking of assistants, that I forgot to mention Jarvis with Howard Stark. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's actually the guy that plays Jarvis in the Agent Carter TV series.
Oh, that's cool. Good for him.
Yeah, which is weird because they never acknowledge the TV series in the movies.
It's the first time that they've really mentioned it.
They had an Avengers reference in Luke Cage.
Oh, that's cool.
Much else. There's a guy selling DVDs of footage from the Battle of New York.
That's kind of cool.
He's like, aliens blowing up New York. Get a video of it here.
Extra, wait all about it. Barton
and about?
We didn't even talk about when.
Well, what scene are you talking about?
Scarlet Witch when she comes out and
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, that was so funny.
He doesn't, but
that was such a good line. I was like, oh, dude, that cuts deep.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Yeah. That was an awesome line. But yeah, she kind of fucks shit up. She's all pissy. Wait, why didn't why couldn't they have gone back and taken the Witch Stone?
Kill baby Thanos?
No. Which stone did Vision have in his forehead? Why couldn't they have gone back to a time when it was in his head to get it?
Because they had a limited amount of time travels.
Oh, okay. That's right. Well, no, they didn't, because they got more Pym particles.
New York, where there was 3 stones in New York.
That's right. Okay. All right. Let's see. So, Barton and Wanda take solace that Romanoff and Vision did not return in the snap, but they would be proud of their victory over Thanos. Thor makes
Some idiot online was like, they're talking about Gamora and Black Widow. I was like, why the fuck would she be talking about Gamora? No, she's talking about Vision. You're an idiot.
Uh, yeah. But Gamora came back with the
No,
time
that's
travel.
past Gamora.
So I wonder if that works out for them or not.
I think that's the plot for the third Guardians movie.
Oh, there's another Guardians movie they're making?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They retook James Gunn back.
I thought that this movie was the end of this timeline. I didn't realize they were going to continue making movies in that time. Kind of like, Star Trek makes movies in the new timeline now. And it's a comic book movie. So, I mean, there are a million different timelines to pick from.
Guardians is kind of separate.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. At least I haven't had to pee like 12 times like I did when we did our last podcast.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm getting better. And I can't believe I only pissed once during Endgame. I'm really impressed with myself. Good job, me.
The second time I didn't pee at all because all I did was drink beer. I was like, I've already seen this. I'll take 3 beers, please.
Dude, did you seriously pay for beer at the movie theater? Isn't that...
Fuck yeah, it was $30. Best $30 I ever spent.
Oh, gross. God, that's awful. Okay, they upped the popcorn bucket price, too.
Yeah, it's like $16 now.
16? No way, dude. Way more than that. When I bought a popcorn bucket and a large soda, and it cost me $37.
37.
$37 for one popcorn bucket and one large soda. Our tickets were like 15.
I should just open a movie theater.
Seriously. What the fuck? But I hear that the reason that they do that is because they make so little off of the movies.
Yeah.
They have to compensate with retarded prices on their food. Because it costs so much to screen movies.
This is like $8 for a ticket to the movie. How much are they exactly making off of that?
I don't think they make hardly anything off of the ticket sales.
They might even lose.
Maybe, depending on the movie. Okay, where are we? We're almost done here, and then it's...
We were at the funeral.
Yep, we were at the funeral.
I cried at the arc reactor from the first movie.
Oh, Tony Stark has a heart?
Proof.
Yeah.
Tony Stark has a heart. Oh, and what you were saying about Jon Favreau sitting with the kid, where he's like, "Your dad liked cheeseburgers." You know that scene?
Yeah.
You thought it was creepy?
He had his arm around her shoulder. I was like, "Whoa, is he moving in? Is he like, like, hey Pepper, I've been watching
I'm pretty
for
sure
a
he's
few
supposed
years."
to bang Ant-Man in the next movie. So
What?
yeah, no, it's because the second they get Tony back, he's like, "I want a cheeseburger." And I want to hold a press conference. And it was a nod to that. He was like, "You like cheeseburgers?" Your dad likes cheeseburgers.
Okay. In the first Iron Man. Oh yeah, Thor makes Valkyrie the Queen of Asgard. Queen of Asgard joins the Guardians of the Galaxy in order to find his true purpose, free of the burden of royalty and leadership for the first time of his life. That was a pretty good shot too between him and Chris with "I'm in charge." Oh yeah.
Of course you are.
You're in charge.
Oh, please use knives. I'm Groot. It's like, fuck yeah.
Oh, people. That was another cheer moment for in our theater when Drax came out of the portal and he did the knife thing. And Mantis and whoever was with. I think it was Chris Pratt with him, right? Groot. Yeah. Well, whatever. That group got a cheer. Black Panther got a cheer, and I think that was it. But Drax definitely got a cheer. Did you watch WrestleMania 35 or 36, whichever one was this year?
I did not.
Batista versus Triple H was one of the co-main events. It was, you can tell that Batista's 50 now. He looks pretty goddamn good for 50, though.
What the hell does that mean?
He's 50 years old.
He looks kind of gross.
He looks great for 50. Are you kidding?
I guess.
He's jacked. And he kicked the shit out of Triple H, even though he still lost. It was still a good match.
I can't believe they're both still wrestling.
Well,
Especially
Batista's was a farewell. That was his last match before he retired, and he hasn't been wrestling for years. I think his last match was like 2014, maybe, if that.
I don't like him in Guardians. Just like
What?
Like I'm sure they don't give him a lot of lines, but like everything he says is just so. He just yells or hysterically laughs. That's his only lines.
No. I totally disagree. I love his. I can move so incredibly slowly that I've become invisible. Like that shit kills me. I love his.
Yeah, but those are rare. I mean, his main feature is him going Thanos, and then stabbing the shit out of something that kicks his ass immediately.
I admit
he got swallowed by that thing in Guardians 2.
Yeah,
he's just stabbing the inside of the
I
stomach.
defeated the beast all on my own.
He's like Drax the Destroyer, who hasn't literally destroyed anything the entire of his movies.
Yes, but I agree. The line that they used in the trailer for Guardians 2 with the you just revealed your darkest secret, like that was pretty overdone, and I didn't think that was very funny because it was so on the nose. But I mean, that's most of his jokes, I guess, are on the nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it. Like that shit is so funny to me. That's funny that we have different views of his humors.
I just don't like the comedy he offers.
Well, it's
Except
comedy
for the Why is Gamora. That was funny, and that was actually improvised.
Which one?
The Why is Gamora.
God, I don't even remember that shit.
It's from Infinity War. He's like, Quill's like, where's Gamora? And then Iron Man's like, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora? And then it wasn't scripted at all. Dave Bautista goes, I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Shit. Barton returns home to his family. Parker returns to school, where he's reunited with Ned. Not to be confused with his cousin, Ned Stark. Meanwhile, Rogers is tasked to go into the past to return the stones and Thor's hammer to their original timelines, but decides not to return to the present and instead to live the rest of his life in the past with Carter. He appears before Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes as an old man, passes his shield and the mantle of Captain America onto the black guy, Sam Wilson. A brief flashback shows Rogers and Carter finally sharing the dance they never got to have in their living room, truly happy at last. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I don't like that she looks like Michael Jackson.
She looks like Michael Jackson.
Agent Carter.
Apparently I need to...
She got that Miranda Cosgrove face. Go look her up. Look at her. Think of Miranda Cosgrove.
No, I know what the actress looks like. Have you seen the episode of Black Mirror that she's in?
No.
She's in an episode where her... I think it's her boyfriend or husband, one of the two, or maybe fiance, whatever. Significant other dies suddenly in a car crash, and they are able to, by using his social, because it's in the future, by using his social media posts, all the phone conversations he's ever had, and text messages, blah, blah, blah. There's a software company that can create him as a computer program.
Futurama did an episode like that.
And then, so she has the option of first she decides that she'll text him and it texts just like he would have and blah, blah, blah. And he can do phone calls. And it's because it's all of his recordings from his life. And then the final step is that they send her like a grow a fetus that you toss in the bathtub and it'll grow into the person. And then he's like a grown, but she gets banged by him, by the robot, and it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's got, Agent Carter
Happy
has,
to see her now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good episode. It's actually, it is a good episode in general, but she's also, attractive young gal. So, it's, if that's your thing. But it's Black Mirror is actually a pretty cool show. She's in that one episode. I want to say that the black gal that plays I could be wrong on this, but I think that the black girl that plays Black Panther's little sister, is it? The smart one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's also in an episode, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think in my mind she's the same girl that's in. There's an episode with like a museum of a bunch of like warped weird shit that humans have made, and she's a main character in that. They have this guy's essentially his uploaded consciousness. He was a prisoner on death row for like killing somebody, and they have his uploaded consciousness and into a hologram in a prison cell, and you can, as part of the tour in the museum, you get to kill him in the electric chair, like how he died, and his consciousness and all of that it feels it every single time that the lever's pulled, and so you find out that it's like a torture device, like torture porn for the museum curator, and it's really crazy. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of really good episodes of that show. Then there's a few episodes that are really not good, but if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's on Netflix.
I think I've seen quite a few.
Yeah. Did you see the Star Trek one?
No.
It's so good. It's this this episode brought to you by Black Mirror. I won't spoil the whole thing like I did the other one, sorry. But basically it's this nerdy computer, he's like a geek that works for a software company that builds VR games, and I think that's how it's been a while since I've seen it, but anyway, he creates this simulation, and he uploads his coworkers into the simulation by using their DNA. Like he'll steal like a lollipop or something off someone's desk, and then use their DNA off of it to upload them into his personal. Basically, it's a Star Trek parody where he comes in and he's Captain Kirk, and he's a ladies' man, and if they don't obey, because they have free will, you find out that they're basically, and I don't think it's a spoiler to say it, they are those people's consciousness. It's like an alternate reality version of the original person, where he thinks it's just a program based on who they are, but in reality, they know everything about their life, that they're not anything that's happened after they're taken into the simulation, but everything leading up to that. It's basically, he takes those people out of the real world and puts them in their mind. They're the same person that they were outside. It's just a trippy mindfuck. And then if they don't obey him, they get tortured, because he has the admin powers. But it's a really good episode. It's a good Star Trek parody too. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. Sorry, that's pretty much the end of the end of Endgame.
The Endgame is a Star Trek parody.
Yeah. And Ant-Man expanding in Thanos' ass. I guess final thoughts for reals. What would you? How would you rate Endgame compared to the other Marvel movies? Is it at the top of your food chain, or is there something else that you still enjoy more?
I don't think there's anything that I know of that I've been following for that long that like had an ending.
Well, I mean, how would you rank it against the other Marvel movies?
Oh, it's pure fan service. Nothing in it was like clever writing or like it was all just fan service. There was nothing like.
I get what you're saying. It's the ultimate. Yeah.
If Captain America would die, or at least not be there anymore. I didn't think Thor would die, and he didn't. The Black Widow death was kind of random, and no one really cared.
I haven't cared about Black Widow since the first Avengers movie.
I was like, oh no, a normal person died. No. I was still pissed that Hulk didn't get his rematch.
Yeah, he never did. That's such a bummer.
Like that's the whole point of having Hulk in a film, is like to see him smash shit, but he doesn't at all.
He's like the the prisoner in Avatar when you have to. I've been working on controlling my anger. the rioting guy.
Riot.
Let's riot. Yeah. Forget about controlling my emotions.
Way right after Infinity War or Ant-Man and the Wasp came out, everybody assumed that they'd time travel through quantum realm. It was not. It was very predictable.
I'm glad that I didn't watch
I
Ant-Man and
think
the
it was-
Wasp then.
I think it was purely like
Logical.
just like a bunch of cool shit to see
Mm.
for the end. Like
Yeah.
everything that you wanted to see, you definitely got to see, except for the Hulk rematch.
Yeah.
But no, compared to the other movies, like Thor Ragnarok was funny as shit. No, that thing was just hilarious.
I
Pretty on
agree.
par with that.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier had some really good writing. I like that.
I need to rewatch
Iron
Winter
Man
Soldier.
3 was ridiculous with its character development. And I get that like Endgame was more like all the characters closing,
Yeah.
but it was so rushed. Like there was no closing in Infinity War.
Yeah.
It was just one long 3-hour wrap up of every character.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Whereas Iron Man 3 is like, have you seen that one?
I have, but it's been a long
Everybody
time.
hated it when it came out.
That's
but
with War
if you watch it
Machine
in
and
retrospect,
yeah.
no, it's the one with the Mandarin
Right, but
and
War
Tony's
Machine.
dealing with his PTSD from being.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Yeah, that one was really good. And like when I was a kid watching it, I thought it was stupid because I didn't understand anything. But if you go back and watch it as an adult, it's very relatable. The writing's really good, and the resolution is pretty.
1 sec.
It goes full circle.
I'll need to rewatch Iron Man 3. I need to rewatch Winter Soldier too, because the last time when I watched Winter Soldier for the first time, it was after I got my wisdom teeth pulled, so I was high as shit on like oxycodone or whatever they give you, and so I don't remember anything except for him running through the forest and explosions. So I should probably rewatch that one. I also watched Hancock. Now that would have been a good crossover. Why didn't they get
Oh yeah,
Hancock
Will
in there?
Smith in a Marvel movie.
Yeah. I'm amazed that DC was the guys that swept him up. For fucking nothing. I don't even think he's coming back as Deadshot in the next
I like how they just keep
Suicide
trying to
Squad.
recreate shit.
Have you seen the Joker trailer?
All right. We're done with Endgame. Let's fucking talk about the bullshit Justice League movie.
Oh, yes. Okay.
That movie sucks fat dicks.
I haven't seen it.
The entire reason they fight Superman when he comes back is because Cyborg can't shut off his auto defense. Click. What?
I have not seen the Justice League movie yet. It sounds like I'm not missing much.
I didn't even actually watch it. I looked up clips on YouTube till I got the full experience and went, that was shitty. That was a piece of fucking shit on the ground that I stepped on.
Is there any Martha? That was my favorite scene in Batman versus Superman.
Your mom's name's Martha too? Hang on, let's stop fighting and then grab a beer.
How did you say that name?
Fuck those movies. God damn it.
Wait, but have you seen the Joker trailer?
Yeah, that one looks, the thing with, like, the Batman universe. You could take it anywhere. Okay? And, like, that's why I think the MCU was so successful and the Dark Knight movies were so successful, was they didn't either try to strictly follow a comic story, or try to strictly follow some writer or director's vision of what he would want to do. Because, like, they're successful. They're not very comic book based
Gotcha.
in the MCU, but they get a good writers. They write a good movie with the characters, and then they throw in a bunch of continuity nods to the comics.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like the Dark Knight series did. None of that at all was based in stone from the comics, except, like, clearly Batman's origin, but that's
right.
Everybody knows that. You don't need to do it anymore.
Except they do it in every fucking Batman movie.
Or the fact that Joker doesn't have a definitive origin.
Yeah, it's hit or miss. It's like the vat of acid. It's the
character that some psycho comes up with.
Yeah. I think Joaquin Phoenix has the potential to crush that role, but it'll all depend on the tone of the movie. It's like if they do another Suicide Squad thing where they it's advertised as a darker, gritty, whatever, and then it ends up being 70s rock and lots of comedy. Haha. It can't make up its mind as to what kind of movie it wants to be. I think it'll fucking suck. And there's a few shots in that trailer that kind of worried me about that. A couple, but then
I like the story it's laying out. I think it looks like it's going to be interesting.
It'll for sure. I'm going to watch it regardless because I really think Joaquin Phoenix is great.
He's going to be this aspiring, comedian. Gets a few laughs, gets a big opportunity. Everybody laughs at him. Everybody tells him he's shit. Everybody, just like shits on his work.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna snap, and then I'm sure his mom's gonna die somehow, and then that'll just set him off to be the Joker.
Aunt May.
And that'll be it.
Yeah.
I think if they can pull that off, because it's a really easy thing to pull off.
They have given r/I'm 14 and This Is Deep shitloads of material. Drop Joker into acid, drop Joker into society.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah,
we live in a society.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this Lost?
All right, we should wrap this up. We've been going for an hour and a half. After the editing, it'll probably be close to that still because there wasn't a whole lot of shit to cut out. I don't think. So you and I, we're gonna keep trying to do this OGATCHAT off the record thing. We're gonna talk. I think we've agreed. One Punch Man is definitely on the ticket for this season 2 that's coming out right now as we record this. 4 episodes, I think they air on Mondays. I have seen 3 episodes. You haven't watched any of it yet. The 4th episode, I believe, came out today. I'll watch it tomorrow. Let's try to get together and record something on that while that iron is hot. And other shit, we can just bullshit off the cuff for these episodes. But I'd say
next episode we're just gonna play ping pong.
You can, yeah, that's the whole episode.
Talk about our day.
Listening to us play ping pong in the background. We ping pong. That was the worst. Anyways, do you have anything you plug? YouTube channel or anything like that?
Just come on down to youtube.com/videogamedonkey.
Okay. To your personal friend.
I'm not gonna shamelessly plug. I'm gonna make them hunt for me if they thought I was funny.
That's a good idea.
CallofKyle. It's not hard to find.
Yeah.
I doubt there's many of those out there.
The illustrious CallofKyle and myself. Tie or lick the taint, if that's your OGAT thing. If anybody actually listens to this entire podcast, they deserve a fucking medal. That's gonna be rough to sit through.
Message us with the code word.
Code word is Thanos car.
Thanos car, yeah. Message us or comment Thanos car if you made it all the way through the podcast.
And you win all expenses
I'll send you
paid.
A love letter.
A love letter and a
Just
dick
give me your
pic.
address.
All expenses paid trip to Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Asterisk, maybe.
You've won an ASMR phone call from either me or Ty.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, it's just us breathing into the phone. And then chewing.
The pickle one. I love the pickle. Okay, fuck it. We got to wrap this up. Thank you again for listening. If you made it through to OGATCHAT Off the Record, I'm Ty. That is CallofKyle, and we will see you on the next episode. Have a great day.